For all of us out there, the collectors in the community, are we out of our damn minds to even consider pre-ordering a $1,500 Joaquin Phoenix in our Joker? I might be. Hey everyone, Mr. Mom Collectibles. I'm back with another video. Before we get started, please consider dropping a like on this video and subscribing to the channel if this is in fact your first time. And more importantly, drop a comment below and let me know what your thoughts are on the InArt Joaquin Phoenix Joker. Right off the bat, let's just take a look at it. We got a new video here from InArt. I'm not gonna play the audio on it, but I've never seen this before, so this is something that they just announced. So it looks like a little promo video for the Joker. The figure came out, they released all the final photos for it Sunday, and then it went up for pre-order yesterday, January 30th. Today's the 31st, and here we go. So they are basically just showing you a little video, and that's the one of him falling over, and it says Joker, and this is basically just giving you. There's the Arthur Fleck. It's pretty cool. I mean, I like what they did with all the dioramas and stuff. They're really investing a lot of into this to, you know, buy it, so, get you to buy it, so to speak. But it's a cool little video. I mean, I've done these before with the little promos and stuff, but this is just breaking down all the figures. It's the hospital one. And then we have this is the bathroom one of him dancing, which is pretty unique to itself. There's another one right there. So there's the transformation showing the final I mean, steps. Yeah, really deep there. Like a lot. Just showcasing everything. With my Robins, wish we got the boys here. It's so cool. But that's basically that. That was a new video that came out from InArt, and like I said, I'm not gonna go through all the photos because it's been talked about by all by a lot of YouTubers and stuff that's out there. But flipping through the photos, just kind of said, give you my overall take right off the bat. This was how people felt about the Heath Ledger Joker back when that came out from InArt and all that hype that was. I was not into that. I didn't really buy into it. I did pre-order it early on in that 3-day window phase, and then I canceled it just because it was a FOMO. And honestly, I'm not as in love with Heath Ledger as a Joker. I've said it time and time again. Um, the energy that everyone had for the Heath Ledger Joker, that's the kind of energy I have for this one. I've been saying it on stream and in videos here and there that I would love. This is the version I've been waiting for. Whether it would have been InArt or Hot Toys, I wasn't brand specific. I just said that, hey, I always wanted a licensed 1/6 scale Joaquin Phoenix Joker. Although there's a lot of third party ones out there, and I always felt they just never hit the nail, so to speak, on it. I know if Dean Knight has done multiple videos where he's kit bashed various parts of third parties to kind of make his ultimate best version that's available, which is pieced together. That's something that I wasn't looking to do myself personally. Just props to Dean Knight for doing that, by the way. Shout out to you for that. And I watched all his videos. It's just I was just waiting for something licensed to come through. And it was rumored for a while that they were going to do it. Obviously, price point, things like that. There's the whole speculation of a minimum price point in order for them to be able to make this. That's still kind of up in the air. It came from John from InArt, so take that for what you will. But we do have the final photos of this, and it's the quality. Like I said, just looking at what I see from promotion, understanding things can change from prototype. But to be fair, I really don't think there's been a drop off in the couple InArt figures that we've seen so far that have come out from prototype to final. There really isn't a degradation that I see. Like sometimes with the Hot Toys, you see, I don't see it with InArt personally. So you can kind of, I know it's too early to kind of give them the keys to the kingdom, like some would say, but the previous couple figures have proven that if they're you can look at the promo photos and pretty much expect that's what you're going to get. Like I said, I'm leaving a little bit of open for the sake of if something changes. But I know the one concern I had was the widow's peak, like a lot of collectors did for the hairline. It does look like it was adjusted. I'm not sure if it's been fully adjusted because some of the photos still look like the widow's peak is a little prominent more than it should be. But nevertheless, and then the one thing I was really happy to see is they didn't really price wall us, so to speak, and put up a wall price point wise, by the Arthur Fleck and the red coated Joker, the red suit, if you will. I really honestly thought that in order to get the Arthur Fleck, which I was not really a huge fan of until I saw that one, I'm like, wow, like I really was attracted to the Arthur Fleck figure a lot. Kudos for putting the red suit and the Arthur Fleck in the deluxe. I honestly thought that you would have to have ponied up to the 4 pack to get the Arthur Fleck. I always kind of thought the red suit was going to be in both versions because it's the most popular. But I definitely thought the Arthur Fleck would have to be in the 4 pack. So the fact that that's in the deluxe, that's actually pretty cool. And to be honest with you, it's probably going to be the parted out. I mean, if I had to guess, the parted out figures, we'll get into those. What it is, but I'll blow through these photos a little quicker. But when you look at the actual packs that are offered, we'll go through them here. Where's the photo from the 2 pack? When you're looking at the 2 pack, the two options that are available, I really do think that when it comes to the red suit and the Arthur Fleck is what's going to get parted out. And then when you look at the 4 pack, I think this one's going to get parted out. I do think that this one will get parted out, followed by the bathroom scene. Just because, like I said, I mean the Joker, the Heath Ledger Joker, and the jail cell that got parted out, and people are going to get this and part this thing out also. So it is what it is. I think this is the number one version that everyone wants, probably followed by maybe the Arthur Fleck in the bathroom, and then the laced one is the white coat. Now, the one reason why I'm making this video is because, as of Sunday, Monday, we didn't have price. We had speculation. Now we got price. So going over here, I'm just trying to give you guys an idea of some of the things that are available. So this is from 1/6 Kit, who is typically the most popular that everyone goes through for it. And you have your two versions. You have your, they're called the deluxe, which is the 2 pack, and then your premium. So if you go over here to the 2 pack, it is a $200 non-refundable deposit, which was kind of speculated was going to be higher. There was no way this thing was going to be like a $50 deposit. So $200. And then it says cutoff is February 25th, which I honestly take that as bullshit because other things have been cut off and then come back. InArt, the Superman was cut off, it came back. Harry Potter was cut off, they extended it. I know because I pre-ordered it in September when the cutoff was supposed to be, I think it was like in the summer. So it can get cut off and then it can come right back, especially if no one's gonna, not that many people are buying this thing. So take this for a grain of salt. Another thing that's interesting is this right here. I believe with previous figures, they would always put like Q1 of such and such. Now they're basically telling you it's the first 6 months. They're leaving their window wide open because I think it's, of making this stuff. And so bigger time window. So now you're looking at potentially a year to a year and a half for this. This is the deluxe. The deluxe tells you everything it's coming with. Right here's a price tag: $200 deposit with a total price is $1,292, and a balance of $1,092 will be charged once it's released. In terms of shipping, I believe this has shipping built into it. Charged once it's released. I think Kit does put shipping into everything, so you're looking at $1,292. It's what it is out the door with shipping. There's some markup on that as well, and then we have. I'll go back to the premium, and the premium version here is a $300 deposit, and that price is $1,778 with a balance of $1,478 too. So this is an $1,800 piece for 4 figures. Now, obviously, if you do the math, you can slice and dice this to justify anything. So 1778 divided by 4, that's $444 per figure. Do you see the value there? That's completely subjective. If the value, $444 for maybe the red suit with all the accessories and the Maury stand, that might be worth it. $444 for just the Arthur Fleck and a bag that he comes with. I mean, I don't know. Right there, Arthur Fleck and the bag that he comes with, $444 for the bathroom scene. Basically, it's the figure, his hands, and a base. I don't know. And then finally, the hospital gown, which doesn't even come with a base, actually. So it's 4 figures and 3 bases. Just clarify that. So it's one to say, is $444 worth it per figure? That's completely up to the collector and who's willing to pay for it, to be honest. Some say it's not, but Kit's not the only place you can go through. That's one thing that I want to kind of emphasize with everyone is that don't jump on this right away. Do some research and find out who's got the best deal for you. More importantly, it's going to be a once you pay this 300 or 200, that's 1478. You're going to need to pay that via an invoice. So you're going to get a PayPal invoice from Kit when this is due saying, hey, you owe us $1,478. You got to be mindful to have that up front. Yeah, you could do pay in four if you want to do pay in four, which I know when he does invoices through PayPal. But honestly, 1,478 divided by four, you're talking $370 over four payments. I mean, if you have that available, I mean, that's what you're preparing yourself for. So as a collector, you're dealing with something a little bit different. It's not like it's through Sideshow where it's like they give you 8 months or someplace else, right? So we're gonna hop over to another place. So we're gonna go to Spec Fiction. So here is Spec Fiction, and this is another option. So they're giving you. We're just gonna go with the premium just for the sake of argument. And they are saying it's 1509, and if you do a deposit, deposit due now $315. They're saying the same thing Q1, Q2, and they are in here with Spec. They're going to give you the option of flex pay. So you do flex pay, you put a deposit down, and you make monthly payments. Now, the big difference between Spec Fiction and Kit, you're going to get it faster from Kit. He seems to be like the main pipeline when it comes to InArt. Everything's mostly being funneled through him for the most part. You know what I mean? And then, but Spec Fiction, I know, is notoriously for being one of the slowest. There's still people I think that still haven't gotten some figures from them. So you're going to pay, flexibility wise with a payment plan, but you have to be prepared that you're going to get it much later. So, balancing your finances with payment plans or, with your patience. I mean, as a collector, it tests a lot of, it's going to test a lot in terms of which way you want to go. So my advice is if you're on the fence, look at the 2-pack, look at the 4-pack. If you don't see the value in that, I mean, for this, the 2-pack is definitely something that's totally worth it, in my opinion, just because it's the two main characters. You have Arthur Fleck, who dominated most of the movie, and then you have his final transformation, which is the Joker. So, I mean, for that price, like I said, you do it on flex pay, you drop a deposit, and do monthly installments. You can have that thing paid off. In terms of shipping, now this is the thing: shipping for Spec, it's saying due later. And right here, it says shipping. You'll be billed for shipping when this item is ready to ship. So bear in mind, shipping is not included in these prices. So once you have this thing paid off, you will get a bill for shipping to finalize that. And so the other thing I want to talk about the actual box dimensions. So obviously the dimensions of the box are going to dictate what your shipping weight and stuff is. So if you go over to Queen Studios page and you scroll down here, they give you the dimensions of what the bases are and stuff like that. It's all in centimeters, but you go right here to box size. It says actually your box estimated 7 kilograms. And just to give you conversion, that's 15.4 pounds. So, and this is for the premium. Premium is going to weigh 15.4 pounds. And then the box size here is 57.5 centimeters by 63 by 25, which translate to 22 inches by 24 by 9 in terms of depth. So that gives you, it's like a big square is probably what they're going to do. It's not going to be a long box, how like the Heath Ledger Joker was a long box that was kind of shaped in the InArt logo. This one's going to be more of a compact piece. If you jump over to the deluxe version where it's only the two figures, if you go down to the box size, you're looking at 5 grams. So 5, just to do the conversion here, you're looking at about 11 pounds. And then like I said, the box dimensions are going to be a little bit different there. So that is something to be mindful of just because of shipping and stuff and wherever you're getting it from. A lot of this isn't going to be calculated until, time it's due. So just got to give you an idea of the box sizes and stuff. But jumping back to kind of wrap up the photos, like, are we, and it's going to be subjective. And I sat back and I'm not gonna lie. I had a reaction video filmed to it on Sunday, and then I honestly removed it because I don't usually like to do reaction videos until I have pricing and stuff to kind of digest. Because that's part of the reaction, isn't it? You can sit there and make a video about something and be first in line to do it, but the price dictates part of your reaction, is it not? I mean, you could look at something and say it's fantastic, and then find out it's $1,000, and like, holy shit! All right, I don't want this. That's part of your reaction, isn't it? So listen to watching collectors and watching some streams and stuff like that, and just seeing different, this is a very divisive piece. this movie, this character is definitely a love it or hate it kind of thing. It's not like, well, he like Heath Ledger's is very much like there's different versions. You can like it, appreciate it, not care for it, love it. Everyone can be indifferent too. Same thing with I feel like Jack Nicholson. This particular Joker, I know went very hard, very dark in terms of the movie, and some people were turned off by it, and so therefore they're just kind of like, it's whatever. For me, I absolutely loved it. I love this version. I love this take. So for me, I was bought in from the minute that this came out in terms of just loving it. You can call me a fanboy for all you want about it, but the pricing is subjective. I've seen people completely go, say, "Hey, listen, I think the quality, I think it's justified. The pricing is justified for what it is." For those who have in art, they think the quality's there. That's great. There's other people that went completely polar opposite that think that is absolute waste of money. It's not worth it. To me, it's subjective. I don't think, it's not, if you have the money to afford it and you want it, who's anybody to tell you anyway otherwise? It's not I'm not spending your money, you're not spending my money. We work very hard for this stuff. I'm not trying to justify anything, but I was just kind of looking at everything from a broad lens, and just it is what it is. For me, I really like this piece. It's something that I did pre-order it. I do have this on order. I did pre-order the 4 pack because for me I saw more value in that, and it's what I wanted. And also I love that all of the iterations of this character are represented. So who are you to tell me otherwise? That's fine. And for those that like it and are going to pass on it, that's fantastic also. Is it possible Joker 2 we could get different figures? 100%. Could Hot Toys make them? 100%. Will I probably get them? Very possible. So, and coming from people that have 18 Iron Mans, 20 Spider-Mans, all these, who's anybody to tell anybody? So, and that's kind of what the feeling I got was watching. I feel like, people are like afraid to say, "Hey, I pre-ordered this," because then you feel like you're going to get it like shit said to you about it. Who cares? We're spending our own money. We're not spending anyone else's money. And if you get it, you love it, that's all that matters, right? I know I put a YouTube poll up on my channel, and I was just curious to know. I'll actually jump over there real fast. I put a YouTube poll up like 2 days ago, and I was wondering, basically from collectors, what value did you see more in? Did you see it? And let's see what happens. So I got 128 votes, and I just simple, not a matter if you like it or not, just a matter of in terms of value. People, 69% said they saw more value in the 4 pack than they did in the 2 pack. That's actually really interesting because I guess just for that little extra notch, you're getting extra figures, so people feel like there's more value there. You're getting 2 extra figures, you're getting a more display, you get more accessories, and you're getting more ways to pose the figure and kind of tell a story and a lapsed timeline, so to speak, of the incarnation of the character from Arthur Fleck to the full-fledged Joker. So I can understand that. I was surprised that the number was that high for the amount of people that voted, that it was 69%. I thought other people would have been, other way. So if I put a poll up now and say, "Hey, are you going to get this? Yes or no?" Probably the majority of people are going to say, "No, I'm not going to get it," which is perfectly fine. Like I said, we're working on other stuff here. And the thing about InArt is that, um, they're known for delays. I have major problems with their distribution, how things are going. Not saying like, oh, the fact that the way the batch system is going, them putting out small batches of stuff and things like that. That's I have issues with. But it is what it is. It's not a big deal. I still pre-ordered the stuff. So for me, I went the payment plan route. I pre-ordered it. I got it through. I'm going to do a payment plan on it. That way, it's paid off when the figures actually come out. So I don't feel that burden to pay off something sooner. Um, that's just me. But as a collector, you just have to be mindful about where you're buying it from and budget yourself. I'm not here to preach, but that is what the reality. So let me know in the comments below, like, are we crazy as collectors? Do companies see that? Do you think that companies are just pushing us to see, all right, you guys are going to pay $1,800? Next one's going to be 2,000. I mean, hey, J&D, they're doing $2,000 Jokers right there, and people are buying them. So are we crazy as collectors? And do you think companies have caught on to that, realizing that they can charge pretty much whatever they want, and knowing somebody out there is going to pay for it? May not be me, may not be you, but there's somebody out there that will buy it. Let me know in the comments below. But until then, this is Mr. Mom Collectibles. Drop a like on the video. Please consider subscribing to the channel if this is in fact your first time. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video.